Hey everybody, it's Mark from Alter Ego Comics, and this Saturday is Free Comic Book Day, so I'm going to give you a sneak peek at all of the free comics that we're going to have available. We have about 20 different titles. There's a limit of 4 different comics per person, but that is still going to give you plenty of cool reading. We'll start things off with stuff that would appeal to kids, and we've just got a ton of it. So we'll start with Yo Gabba Gabba, Comic Book Time, and I don't know any preschool age or younger kid that won't like this one. We've got The Smurfs, and this is a flip book with Disney fairies, Tinkerbell, so this should appeal to a pretty broad spectrum. We've got Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic is always hugely popular on Free Comic Book Day and throughout the rest of the year. Believe it or not, Sonic is one of the best-selling kids titles that we have in the store. Similar to Sonic, we've got Mega Man, so anybody that likes Sonic would probably like Mega Man as well. Again, a video game property that's been around for a very long time and is still very popular. We have SpongeBob Comics, and on the flip side, Bongo, which is the publisher of the Simpsons comics. So we've got a Simpsons comic on one side, SpongeBob comic on the other side. We have Adventure Time, the hugely popular show, and on the flip side of that, we've got Peanuts, which is kind of timeless and is still as cool as it was many, many years ago. So that should appeal to kids and adults. We've got the DC Nation comic book. We've got Green Lantern, Young Justice. And then on the flip side, Superman Family Adventures. This is by the team that did Tiny Titans. And so you're getting a whole lot of DC stuff in one nice package. Speaking of nice packages, we've got a hardcover book from Archaea. This is probably the nicest Free Comic Book Day book I've seen in the 7 years that I've been open. And this has a number of short stories. We've got Mouse Guard, we've got Labyrinth, we've got Return of the Dapper Men, Rust, Cursed Pirate Girl, and Cowboy, which is a whole lot of fun. These will go very fast. We don't have a whole ton of them, so if you want one of these nifty hardcovers, you might want to shoot to be here on the early side. All right, that actually takes us into kind of all age. All this stuff is all ages, but stuff that might be aimed at kids that are a little bit older and or adults. We've got DC Comics, the New 52. If you're a current comic book reader and you're reading Justice League, you absolutely want to pick this book up. There is new material in here by Jeff Johns and Jim Lee, as well as previews of the second wave of DC New 52 titles. Avengers opens this Friday. It's going to be ginormously huge, I'm sure. And we've got an Avengers book, free book, Avengers: The Age of Ultron. We have Transformers Regeneration 1. This is actually Transformers number 80.5. This is a continuation of the Marvel Comics series that ended at issue 80 many, many years ago. And IDW Publishing is continuing that series with issue number 81 later on this year. So this is a sneak peek at what that's going to be about. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Star Wars, and on the flip side, Serenity. And this book is awesome. Both stories are written by Zach Whedon, brother of Joss Whedon, director of The Avengers, creator of All Things Cool. And it's just very cool. One story focuses on Han Solo and his relationship with the Millennium Falcon. The other one focuses on Malcolm Reynolds and his relationship with Serenity. Very, very good stuff. Perennial favorite here, Atomic Robo. We love Atomic Robo. It's a fun, fun book. And we've got Atomic Robo and Friends again this year, which is, as I said, very popular every year. Also from Dark Horse Comics, we've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer, very cool crossover, and I'll give you a hint on the cover here. It says, "In space, no one can hear you slay." Hint, hint, there is a crossover. On the flip side, The Guild, Felicia Day's highly successful web series, so you get a whole lot of Whedon-esque love with this one. We have an interesting book this year, Graphic Elvis. And that is kind of a funky title as far as I'm concerned, but it is comic book creators paying tribute to the king of rock, including Stan Lee, John Cassaday, Greg Horn, Luke Ross. It's billed as the world's greatest graphic novel creators celebrate the life of the world's greatest rock star, and we know that Elvis loved his comics. We cross over into adult territory, Witchblade, Unbalanced Pieces. This is the first issue of Tim Seeley's run on Witchblade. Witchblade is a very, very solid title. It appeals to all sorts of readers: horror, action-adventure, fantasy, male, female. So pick up the first issue of the current run on Witchblade, absolutely free. We've got the comic book adaptation, or at least a sneak peek at the comic book adaptation of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo from Vertigo Comics. This is a preview issue, and the full graphic novel will be out later this year. We have Image Comics. It says Image 20. I could come up with a better name maybe for this title, but this has 6 sneak peeks at upcoming Image comics, and Image has just been hitting it out of the park with their creator-owned comics lately. So if you're a fan of Image, if you're a fan of new, fun, and different, you're going to want to check this one out. And finally, we've got a couple books that technically are not included on the free comic book day list, but we're giving them away free because we love them so much and we want you to love them too. Fables #1. This series has over 100 issues, but this is the first issue, and if you're a fan of the TV show Once Upon a Time, you absolutely want to check this series out because they ripped it off. Fables has been published for a long time before Once Upon a Time came along, and there are many similar elements. I've grown to like the TV series. At first I thought, man, they really did rip off Fables, but they've gone off in their own direction, and you can absolutely enjoy Fables for what it is. All of the Fables, the characters that we know, somehow wind up in our world, and the adventure begins. So check this one out. Again, this is an adult-only book. And finally, the 800-pound gorilla, Walking Dead #1. This is a special reprint of the first issue of The Walking Dead, of course, the comic book that inspired the hit AMC TV show. If you're watching Walking Dead and you've never read the comics, you are truly missing out. So come in and check out the first issue of Walking Dead absolutely free. Whew. So we may have some other special surprises and freebies to give away, but that's the majority of the free comics that we're giving away this Saturday, May 5th, from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Again, while supplies last, so we encourage you to come out early. We've got a whole lot of stuff going on that day, including live music by the Sunset Junkies. They're going to be playing from 10 to 12. We've got free coffee provided by the Meeting Place on Market in the morning. We've got free pizza samples from Red Baron Pizza, and they've partnered with the Avengers movie, so they've got some Avengers movie giveaways as well. They'll be here in the morning. We've got a costume contest at 1 o'clock. That's our first ever costume contest with prizes that will be given away for best costume in a variety of age groups. And then at 2 o'clock, we've got our first ever trivia contest, comic book trivia. See if you can compete with the staff here and with the questions that we come up with in the world of comic book trivia. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, we have costume characters that will be here. We've got Captain America, we've got Iron Man, we've got Spider-Man, we've got Thor. And of course, we encourage everyone to come dressed as your favorite superhero too. So again, we hope to see you this Saturday, May 5th, for Free Comic Book Day, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. here at Alter Ego Comics, 230 North Main Street, right in the heart of downtown Lima, about a half block south of the courthouse.